Now I'm up, they ain't want me back then. Now I'm up, they ain't want me back then. B-Bell really got it right, okay? Because it's not until you finally crossed all of those rejection letters that they come and try to spin the block. Sadly, you have to experience rejection to get to the point where God wants you to be. It sucks. It hurts. There are so many videos, there's so many reels, there's so many movies, there's so many quotes, and they're out there teaching us how to overcome rejection through romantic relationships. But what about the people, what about us, who have been unemployed and have been applying for a full year and gotten rejection letters? Or that person who's trying to become a content creator, reaching out to all of these brands, knowing they're accepting creators, but then you get that message saying, oh no, we're not looking for creators right now. Or the person who has applied to their dream school and didn't get accepted. I'm a prime example of being unemployed. First of all, first rejection was being laid off. Being told that due to budget cuts, I will not be in the position anymore. I've applied to over 100 and something applications and get a return phone call back. Or I have gotten a response and it's saying we have chosen another candidate. Do you know how hard that is to hear? I'm not gonna lie, God has really given me way too many lessons on how to deal with rejection. And so in this video, I'm going to share them out with you. But before we get right into it, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so whenever I do post a video, you are the very first to see it. Also, go ahead and head to my Stan store where you will find courses, ebooks. I mean, this course has over 80 videos teaching you step-by-step instructions on how to set up your business, how to partner with brands, how to get into affiliate marketing. I mean, y'all, I spill it all. Oh, fluff. I get you straight to the point on how to set that up and how to make money in your sleep, okay? So don't forget to go ahead and follow me on all my social media platforms. All right, so let's get to tip number one. Tip number one on how to deal with rejection. This is gonna sting a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna sting, okay? But you have to accept the rejection. Accepting the decision of the person who rejected you, baby, that is really hard to do. However, you have to accept it. You gotta understand that they felt as though they made the right decision to do what's best for them. The same way you have the right to decide what's best for you, which is why I said that is so hard to accept. And just remember that it is only one person's opinion. That doesn't mean that you're not good enough. That doesn't mean that you're less of a person. That doesn't mean that you need to change who you are, because you are perfect. God created you just the way he wanted to create you. And for example, as I mentioned earlier, a year ago, it's been a year now, a couple of days ago made it a year since I got the random phone call that I was being terminated from my position. And initially, I remember getting on that phone call completely confused because prior to them doing the let go, our boss told us that he would let us know beforehand so that we can start preparing for whatever it is that was about to happen. However, I didn't get prepared. It threw me out the loop. My husband had just lost his job a month prior, and so me losing my job was unexpected. When I got that call, I just couldn't believe it. A part of me was like, I know God is going to take care of us. I know he is. However, it hurt. Like, I literally cried on that call. I couldn't even hide it. I just remember crying my eyes out thinking, what did I do wrong? A part of me did feel like, dang, did I do something wrong? Like, and I know I didn't, but it was just like, dang, like out of all the people on the team, I had to be the one to be let go. And see, that's where we're wrong. We shouldn't question that, okay? Rejection is like looking at a door. Like, I'm going to use this example. You looking at the door and you're trying to go through this door, but you can't go through this door because God is telling you you need to go down the hall to open the next door because that's where he wants you to be. And that's where he's going to propel you. So just because this door will not open doesn't mean the next one won't. So the second thing, you have to distance yourself from the situation. I'm not gonna lie. That exact same day, of course, I accepted it. I was like, at the end of the day, it's nothing I can do. I mean, I could sit here and cry all day. That's not going to change the fact that, look, they just laid me off. I'm not going to make money crying. So the next day, one of my friends was studying to pass her master's class. And so what I did, I decided to distance myself from the situation. I said, look, life has to go on. If I'm going to trust God like I say I do, let me go ahead and remove myself from the situation. So what I did was I seen that my friend was having a hard time trying to, like, I knew she was motivated enough to believe that she can pass it, but she was a little bit nervous. And that little bit of nervous was my way of coming in to say, look, you're not alone. I got you. I've been through the master's program. I got you. And we're going to get through this. So what did I do? I went to the store. I went and bought a bunch of little things reminding her of who she was and how she's going to do great. And I popped up on her without her knowing. And that made her entire day. Just the fact that I was able to not only still deal with what I was dealing with, but also distance myself from the situation. Like, look, this is what I'm dealing with, whatever, but let me go help my friend, okay? So sometimes that's what you have to do. Distance yourself from it, whether that's helping a friend, whether that's doing a hobby, whether that's reading a book. Sometimes you want to like tune things out. You have to accept it first, because what you don't want to happen is not accepting and then go into using those things as coping mechanism, and that's just gonna make it worse because eventually it just blow up all in your face, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, like I said, number one, you accept it. Number two, you distance yourself from the situation. Number three, spend time with family and friends, or also get a therapist if need be. Rejections aren't easy. They tend to be hard. Our natural reaction is kind of like a disbelief. Like, oh my gosh, is this really happening to me? Did they really just do this? Did I really not get accepted into this? Like, y'all, I have another example. Listen, this past year of being unemployed, the amount of rejection that I have received, letters and DMs, and y'all would be like, girl, how are you still happy right now? Baby, it was by the grace of God. It is by the grace of God that I am still standing here and I'm able to look at y'all and tell y'all that y'all are going to get through it, okay? Spend time with family and friends, whether that's talking on the phone with them, FaceTiming them, going out to eat with them, playing a game with them, like doing different things around your town, do that. Or if you feel like you need to get a therapist, because rejection will sometimes make you probably don't want to move. You probably don't want to do nothing. You probably want to stay home, be in your little shell. No, this is the time where you have to be surrounded by your loved ones. The last tip I want to give y'all is the true challenge is what you do with it. I feel like, honestly, my entire life I've dealt with lots of rejection. However, I think that God has a way of allowing me to grow. God has a way of teaching me what's for me and what's not for me. God has a way of, though I experienced those rejections, it brought me joy to some degree. Not saying that I did not enjoy my job, because I really did enjoy it, but I got comfortable. I do feel like I got very comfortable in my position. And with that, sometimes in order for us to grow, we have to be uncomfortable. Like, that's the only way God can allow us to grow, is being uncomfortable. So what are you going to do with it? You just going to sit around, mope around, cry for days and do nothing? Or are you going to get up and tell yourself, look, yeah, this hurt, this sting, but I got to keep on moving. Some of us have families we have to feed. Some of us have family who are depending on us. And who are we to not be our full potential self in order to help somebody else when our cups aren't being filled properly? And so that's what I mean when I say how to deal with number 4 is asking yourself, what are you going to do with this rejection? But I am here to tell you that I am a living proof that that rejection will not overpower you. That rejection will not take over your life. That rejection is actually going to push you on another level that God is waiting for you to see. And you got to remember that rejection doesn't mean that you should stop going after the things that you want. Like I said, do you know how many brands shut me down this year? But baby, I keep on applying. Like, for example, transparency moment. I feel like I've been having a transparency moment this entire vlog anyways. But I applied to Ulta Beauty Collective again this year. This was my 2nd year applying. Did I get in? No. But yeah, that might hurt me. But baby, God clearly is protecting me from something. Not to bash the company or nothing like that. It may just not be my time. And it may be because God wants me to think bigger. I'm telling you, you have to think big. Like, what really sparked this conversation was I seen an influencer on TikTok expressing how a brand, she signed a contract with this brand and everything was set. All they had to do was basically book the flights. And come to find out, they told her they no longer needed her anymore and they went with someone else. The next thing you know, she gets another email from another dream brand of hers who do actually want to work with her and actually flew her out, said everything. When I say everything, paid everything for her. And so I was like, it sparked something in me because I'm like, I wish more people talked about how being rejected can affect us and what to do with that rejection when we feel that. Because let's be real, we all have experienced it. It's just a matter of what do you do with it. Have you ever been rejected from something or even someone, if that's what you feel? Please let me know down in the comments below. And also share your stories because I feel like it allows other people to see like, look, I'm not alone. Because I know I'm not alone. The things that I go through, I know I'm not alone in it. And I know that there is a purpose and there is a meaning behind it. I just want y'all to see the same thing too. So I love y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want more. And I will catch you guys later. Bye.